Hi, this is Angela with Parker's Permaculture. It is late June 2017. I'm standing in my front yard and the crows are pestering me. I wanted to just give you a brief look at some of the baby trees that we have in the front yard orchard. So we're right up by the street here, and there's some mature plum trees, which you can see I've gotten partway through my summer pruning, so I took these guys down in the front quite a bit, and in the back those long vertical shoots are going to be taken out soon. So if we move behind these trees, I'm going to come through this area past the early Laxton plum, past the Stanley plum, past the grape arbor, which has gone a little crazy, another plum, and we turn into this part of the garden. So this part of the garden has been annual vegetables for the last 8 years, and I've slowly been cycling in more and more perennial beds as the soil fertility is built up. So I'm waiting until the soil is amended and in really good shape, and I feel that it's a good time to kind of have that natural succession of cycling in more perennial food crops, continuing to be underplanted with annuals. So this bed was annuals for a long time, and now it has a super dwarf Hudson's Golden Gem apple, a number of edible and nitrogen fixing and beneficial shrubs, plum tree. And then moving on to here, this bed I put in a Oregon curl-free peach this year, which was a tiny stick. And basically it's impossible to grow peaches organically here unless they are highly resistant to peach leaf curl. So this variety is very, very resistant to peach leaf curl. Then this bed has bush cherries in it that are new. I have triple crown, blackberries, thornless blackberries, blueberries, comfrey, baby feijoas. There is a baby wolfberry and a medium-sized goji berry. And then these beds are largely still annuals, but there are baby trees in here. And two of them I wanted to talk about in particular are the ones that are draped with these white cloths. So I'm gonna come in here and peek. Get down under here. So these are my baby pawpaws, and this is what they look like right now. So they were little tiny twigs I put in last fall, and you can see that the slugs like to eat them a little bit, but as they're getting taller, it's not become much of an issue, and they've pushed out all this new green growth. So from here, you can see the woody part down here. From here, all the way up here to the top is all new growth. And so they don't look super attractive right now, draped in these old white sheets. But the reason that I'm doing that is because pawpaws are extremely susceptible to too much sun when they are babies. So here's the other one. This is let's see, I have a Rappahannock and a Shenandoah and one other variety. Let's see what this is. Pennsylvania Golden are the three pawpaws that I have right now. This one is doing the best. It looked like I was worried it wasn't going to make it because down here above the graft it had two main stems, and the first one completely died and didn't come back, and then the second one had die off up here, but it has since regrown out here. I've read that die off is pretty common early on in a pawpaw's life, so but all of this part right here is new growth. So these guys, if they're in direct blazing sun, and this part of the yard is very sunny, then they tend to really suffer and have a very low survival rate their first few years. In the wild, they would be in the eastern United States, they would be growing in the understory in a riparian area, so near a stream or riverbank, in an area with good consistent moisture, and in the understory with larger canopy trees providing shelter. And as the pawpaw gets bigger, it would shoot up and reach for the sun more. So if you plant it in the blazing sun when it's a baby, it's really going to struggle. So I put these sheets around it. I have seen on other YouTube channels where folks put cardboard boxes around them and cut holes in them, but I feel like this system works really well because I can shift the area that is exposed to the sun throughout the day by just untying and moving them, and then when these get kind of grubby, I can just wash them and then put them back out. So here it's allowed to get some sun. It's not in full shade, And then if we have cooler, more overcast days, I can take the tarps off, the sheets off. So as of right now, having had these plants since last October, it's now the end of June, this system appears to be working really well. What I had hoped was to get later in the summer, I planted tomatoes next to them, and I was hoping to let them not be trained as rigorously as I normally would, where I remove a lot of foliage and let them get big and floppy and leafy, and that would help protect the pawpaw. But we are having some real hot sunny days this week. It's supposed to get up to 99 the end of the week, just blazing sun. So these sheets are really doing a good job of protecting my pawpaws. So, and eventually this area will be shady. These will be the overstory trees. There are other companion plants that I'm getting going around them. This is right here. This is an Aronia Berry. I have right back through there, I have a baby Nikita's Gift Persimmon and other small perennials planted around it. So I'm starting to cycle in more and more perennials, but you can still see there's a lot of annuals because this area is still very, very sunny. So yeah, so that's what I've got going on right now in this section of the garden. A nice big deep bedding of mulch to keep everything well insulated from the scorching sun, and also to conserve water. So and also to help keep those weeds, the weed competition, down for right now. Yeah, so if you have any questions, or if you are experienced in growing pawpaws and have any tips you want to leave for me, particularly growing pawpaws in an area where they are not native and where lots of other gardeners I know have struggled to get them going, I would welcome any advice that you have. Please give a thumbs up to this video, and please subscribe to our channel, and I will be back really soon. I want to talk about our baby feijoas and some other kind of more unusual things that we're growing in the garden, as well as talk about some of the renovations that we're doing to some of the structures in the backyard. And we're getting ready to put in a rocket stove bread and pizza oven, so we're going to have a video series on that. Yeah, so please come back soon. I'll have a new video probably the end of the week. Thanks.